General Heath, were your instructions not clear, sir? All right, gang is sexy. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Gettysburg 77. I'm playing the advanced game, and I'm already 4 turns into it. So, all right, all you guys out there that are rules lawyers, don't bust my chops if you see something. All right, I just picked up this rule book and just read it a couple days ago, and I'm going to be wearing it out as I go through these things, trying to make sure I'm doing stuff right. Um, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as far as I can. No more promises on whether 3 days get played, but I am curious to see what it's going to look like when there's 6 or 7 divisions on the map. Maybe or 3 or 4 Union Corps. I want to see what the map looks like. Now, I will tell you this: the map you're seeing is I got this from Ulan, Jerry Todd. He has it on the site on his site, Ulan Games. Which, if you want some free print and play or free vassal games of the American Civil War, get over to his site, and that's Ulan, Uhlan Games. Just Google that, and you'll go right to it. He blew up the original map so that it could fit 3/4 inch counters. All right. So I printed it off, put her together, and set it down and started getting after this. So I think what I want to do is in this first little brief here, the SPQR 2000 or 200, he's out there shooting video after video after video of playing this thing. And it looks like it's a little bit of a slog. I am just now getting into, I've had some artillery shooting going on, but now I'm just getting ready to where the Confederates are advancing in. The first 2 brigades there, Archer and Davis. It looks kind of similar, don't it? I don't know if I got them on the right side of the Chambersburg Pike, but it's the 2 brigades up front. The game turns are 20 minutes, so the arrival at the start of the game at 7 a.m., it's all of Heath's division. I guess, Pettigrew and Brockenbauer were behind him, following in column, but, I've got right now the ability for all 4 brigades, potentially, to be able to strike the cavalry, all right? Reynolds is coming. Area is down here. He's on his way, and I believe his first division is going to be shortly behind all this. Now, I will say this. The one rule that I did not like in this, it says for strategic movement, referred to the intermediate game rules. And in there it says that on a road, instead of your regular activity of 1, using your movement of 1.5 or whatever it is, 1 on a road, it's 4. Well, that can't work because the Confederates are the first player. If they would have been able to march in column using that rule, they'd have been on McPherson's Ridge right in Buford's face on the first turn. So I said, no, that's not going to work. So we'll use the 1 hex system on this. Maybe the leaders on horseback, you can double them or something. But I need to get that arrival. Like I said, that would have never worked because this fight would have been over before it even got started. Okay, so what I do want to talk about is your leadership in this game, your command. Let me find Harry Heath. All right, so the first thing you do is you pick a primary commander. And then his units will be, the units that he commands, they will be the first ones to conduct activities, i.e. movement, okay? And then everybody else is either going to be independent or under another commander, and they won't have any priority. But these guys will get priority. So Heath is the only commander on the board, all right? Now, there's his numbers, all right? That top left number of 5 and that top right number of 3 is what we're going to talk about, all right? So Harry Heath has the ability to command 5 brigades, all right, and apply his leadership to those 5 brigades. The 3 is the number of brigades in battle line formation that he can affect. So if there are 5 infantry brigades on the map that he can command, only 3 of them can he command that are in battle line. The remaining 2 have to either be in rest or in column. So it took me 2 or 3 turns to really grasp that theory. And I realized, okay, that's not too bad because he probably didn't, Bobby Lee liked him. All right, thought the world of him. He wasn't an idiot. This just didn't turn out so good here, apparently. But this is just showing that, this is pretty much saying to me that Heath really didn't have the ability to command his entire division in combat operations all at one time. It's kind of what it sounds like to me, right? So, so that's how your leadership works. Now, once Heath is done commanding his units, then you're going to roll for activity on independent brigades, and then you're going to roll for activity on units that are under division command that were not primary, and then units that were under corps commander that were not primary, and that's the sequence. And then you go to artillery fire phase, and you go to combat fire phase, assault, blah blah blah, and then you flip the chart and go to the other thing. Now, one of the weird rules I found on here, and I haven't had to apply it yet, but if artillery fires in artillery fire phase, it says they don't move in the movement phase. Well, there is no movement phase after their artillery fire phase. So I'm assuming that has to mean on the next turn. All right, we have caused casualties. Gamble has taken one loss. Now, it's an interesting system. Let me pull a card up here. All right. So when casualties are caused, all right, so there's Gamble. He has the first number, that 15 over there, where you see the 16 that's on the chart. That's his original strength points. He's down 1 to 15. He has suffered 12 casualty points and 12 disorganization points. And you'll see that 1 over to the right is his disorganization level. For every 10 points of disorganization, For every 10 points of disorganization, the unit gains 1 level of disorganization. You can relieve that stuff by resting a unit, okay? For every 10 casualty points, which is that 12 in the middle there, the unit loses 1 strength point, okay? So they're at 12. He's lost 1 strength point. That's the first casualty of a foot unit or cavalry unit. Now you have artillery. When artillery fires at artillery, there's no strength point losses. What happens is those casualty points get turned into ammunition losses. All right. Not sure yet if I like that or not. We'll see how that balances out the fact that you're not destroying artillery pieces in this game. We'll see. At least not from artillery at range, apparently. But I do know that it will take them out of the game because they won't be able to do any form of firing or anything if they don't have any ammunition. So maybe that's how it accomplishes how artillery can get used, or whether it takes losses or not. Maybe that lack of ammunition is what does it. You got 3 pages of tables. I haven't had to use them all yet. I got a feeling maybe on the next turn with this happening here, we might get able to. And the other thing I haven't adjusted to yet is, I'm used to playing games where units will disorder, or where units will rout and run away, or whatever. Maybe they get shaken like in Herman's Civil War stuff, or, they get broken or something like that. I need to read the rules on that to see. Granted, I don't think that Gamble's going to run away after 1 loss. But what happens when these cannons, these Calip's battery here, blast canister into this advancing infantry, or these cavalry units up here with carbines, fire a devastating volley? All right. Combat fire phase, you have to be adjacent to fire that stuff. But units have a range of influence, which, like for your ground units, are 3 hexes away. So these guys are now in their, once they hit this hex here, they got in their range of influence of the cavalry units. The artillery has ranges. You have rifled cannons, you have Napoleons, you have howitzers. Rifled cannons shoot out to 8, your Napoleons shoot out to 6, and your howitzers shoot out to 5. However, during artillery fire, you can convert Napoleons and howitzers to rifled cannon. And I think that's for simplicity for conducting artillery fire. So you're not having to shoot, okay, I got to roll, let's roll for 4 rifles, and then let's roll for 2 howitzers, like that. I think that maybe that's what's simplifying that. If somebody's got the insight on that, or a better explanation, post it in the comments so that I know. All right, so here we are. We're in the 9 o'clock turn, 9:20 turn on the first day, or excuse me, 8:20. I'm looking for a Union first corps to start arriving now, and Heath is getting his attack underway. I think we're going into the Union turn right now, actually. So, but Gettysburg 77, Avalon Hill 1977, I would assume. I don't even know what generation of the game this is. I know they made so many versions of it. But like I say, I'm going to take this as far as I possibly can. Right now, it's very interesting to me, so I'm going to keep driving on. And let's get this up. Comments, if you've played it, what your thoughts were. Do you think the map is ugly? Do you think the map is pretty? The counters, yeah. I don't think much about these counters, but I kind of like these extended formations the way they use it in here. I think that the way they use the extended formations in here is better than the MMP CWBS system because you have different color counters. You can form these arrowheads, these wedges in the lines and stuff like that and keep your continuity. So I kind of like that part of it. Other than that, don't know yet, haven't played enough. Command is interesting in this game. As a matter of fact, every phase of this game is different and interesting. But we'll give me a few days of playing this thing, and we'll see how comfortable I get with it. And I don't think I'm going to shoot videos like every turn on this. Maybe I got to play a few turns, see how it develops. And if I come across something interesting I think needs to be explained, then maybe I'll shoot a video for that. But there you go, Hexy playing Gettysburg 77 Advanced. Let's get this posted, and we'll talk to y'all soon. See you.